All right. Let me do that. Let me do the starting the intro music in 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, you can't even hear it. All right, and we're done. We're in. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Anjali, and my co-host.
Antonio, what up, what up? Oh, okay, so you're going to host this one. I was going to say we didn't even talk about it at the end of last one. We should
Yeah, this one.
if you're hosting, you go. You steer it.
All right, so today I want to talk about drum roll. We got to get like a little beat for that or something.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about. Oh, you actually have one?
I don't have a drum roll, but I have like the. I literally have 4 pads on here. Like, there's one. It's just applause. So, see, like, so if we had the setup a little differently, like you could hear this too. Anyways,
It's okay. You just say when it's done. Okay, we're leaving the people hanging here. Today I want to talk about things that are going to be old school to our kids.
Things that are gonna be old school to our kids.
Because there are so many things that just come around and go around, come around and go around. Like, I feel like a huge thing is clothes, obviously.
Oh yeah,
But like
they say
even music, like think about just like all the songs that you hear in the car growing up that you're like, oh, I'm so sick of this. And like now I'm 20, I go to a party and people put on like our parents' music and everyone's singing along. Everyone knows all the songs,
oh yeah.
you know?
So
That's like,
let's see. What are
think off top of your head.
off top? What is
First one that comes to mind.
something that's gonna be old school? Oh, here's a fucking easy one. iPods or MP3 players. That's not even a thing now.
Yeah, if I'm babysitting a kid right now and I say, hand me the MP3 player, they're gonna be like, what's going on?
Do you?
Even an iPod Nano.
Yeah, I still have my 2 iPod. Oh, I have 1 iPod Touch. I have 2 of the Nanos, like the little black one, and then I have an old 256 gig one that's like hard metal.
The brick.
The brick, like the one that's like that big. Oh man.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
Okay, well, you, Tomas, and Michael, for people who don't know, those are our little brothers. Had so many little gadgets, like a DS. Imagine finding that in a drawer and your kids are like, what is this?
So to that point, my old Game Boy was my Game Boy was like my everything. Like now, the closest thing I can equate it to is like my camera. Like I can't go anywhere without my camera. But like at this point, I have like this camera, or even like my phone is like my camera most of the time. But like my Game Boy lived in my pocket, and like I wouldn't go anywhere without it. And somehow, like, well, the one that I had,
you'd have to take games.
Oh yeah, I had a little satchel that had
a little plastic pocket of games.
Oh yeah, I had a little satchel that had a bunch of games in it. And you know, weirdly enough, I still have some of the games, but I don't have my Game Boy. So I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace to buy a new Game Boy, but they're like $200.
200 now?
200. And I've almost pulled the trigger a couple of times, and I'm like, I'm not even going to play it. Like, I have my Switch. My Switch is like...
I have it, but then it just sit in the drawer. But it's just like, you're the same about that GameCube, too. You couldn't let that go, but it would just sit there.
My GameCube, though, that's completely different because I have the GameCube set up outside, and whenever Renee's friends come over and, like, their boyfriends come through, or, like, Marcelo's come over, and I'm like...
You fuck.
Well, I literally, I told Renee like as a joke when we, not as she thought it was a joke when we moved in. She's like, "Why do you have that?" I was like, "This is fine entertainment. Like this is like fine china to people. Like I only break this out for special guests." And and there was it was for my birthday weekend actually. Renee's best friend, her boyfriend came through to hang out, and then Marcella was here. And I looked at both of them. I was like, "Hey, you guys want to see something cool?" And they're like, "Yeah, like what are you gonna show us?" And I busted out the Game Boy or the GameCube, and they're like, "You have a fucking GameCube?" I was like, "Yeah," and I have original controllers. I got Smash. I got the good game. Like I got all the good games, and like the people who know appreciate it. But like, anyways, that's my GameCube thing. But like,
Yeah, that is so far. That was
what about you?
20 years ago that you were playing with that.
I'm trying to think what are some other things that you had that. So here's a question, sort of related.
I was not big on the technology like you. I had like a leapfrog.
The leapfrogs were lit though. The leapfrogs were cool. That shit was cool.
There was like this like 6 games that I would just like loop through.
Tomas.
Yeah, the algorithmic.
What was I gonna say? So when you're babysitting these kids, do they call you old? Like when you say when you're like, "Oh, blah blah," blah and they're like,
well, I'm
"What's
just
that?"
like right now I'm like nanny, a baby.
Oh,
But
like a baby.
thinking about like watching like little cousins or like the little neighbors or anything. It's like they have no like little Gordy's our neighbor.
Yeah.
She just wants a phone.
Yeah.
She cries for her mom's phone. It's like I feel like our whole generation hates seeing that so much that we're gonna like literally loop it around and do the same thing that like we grew up with or will like want to at least.
I mean, I could see it. I like.
No phones or tablets for the.
I think tablet kids are weird. Like
Yeah.
I would never do that, but I sit here and
But it's like we kind of did. Like, what was a leapfrog?
It's just
what
different.
was that?
Yeah, like you had like a primitive iPad. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have a Switch. I had a Game Boy, which if like if you look at it, they're the fucking same thing. Just like one's a little bit
advanced.
I mean, my Game Boy was advanced. That's what it was called, the Game Boy Advance. Let's see.
That was the start. That was the start of it.
What other things?
There was nothing before Game Boy.
No, Game Boy. I mean, the one that I had was like the 3rd, 4th generation, but I had an original Game Boy too.
The little square one.
Yeah. No, that was my SP. That was my Advance. There was like 2 before that had like you literally like had to like hunch over to like see the screen because there was no backlit screen. Like the one that I had was like a fucking Mercedes. Like you could play that wherever. Like it had a button that you could hit the. You know, all this talking. I'm about to go on Facebook Marketplace and buy.
We're about to go to Marketplace.
I'm about to buy one. Those are so good. Do you buy a lot of shit on Marketplace?
We've been like looking for bar stools for our apartment on there, but I've not bought anything. I was gonna buy a dresser off there.
Marketplace is
a lot of people like in college, like once they move out of their apartment, it's either trash or they try and sell it on Marketplace.
Marketplace is the way to go. Ever since we moved in here, I
mean, you can find like really nice stuff. You like look in nicer areas, and there's like good stuff for people. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Sometimes when I come back to Michigan, I'll just load up Marketplace just to see what's around. Cause I mean, you can find some cool stuff on there.
Is there like, I've only been like able to search for something. I don't see like a homepage.
No, it's just kind of like, just.
Because I don't actually have Facebook, you know.
Oh, that's, man. Facebook is whack. You don't really need one, except for Marketplace. That's,
yeah.
But, I'm trying to think other things. The only thing that I keep thinking about that you had that might be primitive is, which I mean isn't really, is the Pretty Princess game. Like,
oh my god, that game is literally the funnest thing, but I would never let anybody take any of the jewelry pieces out. By the end of it, I'm putting everything back to make sure I got it all. That black ring.
The black
Make
ring.
sure.
Oh yeah, and the crown.
Wow, I actually wonder where that game is. If it's still
Yo,
somewhere.
keep talking. I'm gonna see if I can find it on Facebook Marketplace because you can find everything on Marketplace. Okay, what was it? It was called Pretty Pretty Princess. Pretty.
What about like?
Pretty
What about like?
Pretty Pretty Princess game?
Like, it's there. How
Oh
much?
no way. Oh, $8 you can get the parts.
Not the game though.
There's no
That,
there's no
the
game.
4 puzzle pieces of the game.
Pretty Pretty Princess. Oh shoot. Oh shit. The whole thing. 1990s dress up game. $30.
30. You know we bought that for like maybe 12.
Oh yeah. Damn. That's wild.
No, but like what about like snacks and things that are like discontinued from?
Oh, the one that I'm pissed that never comes back is the fucking Funyun and Cheeto balls. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yep, they're in the tube. In the
tube.
Pringles tube.
And the top, the lid was the cup. That's everything.
Yep.
Everything's getting a re-release. Dunkaroos, green ketchup, like all that.
There, I didn't even like these, but I remember those like Go-Gurt like fruit snack ball. What were they called?
I don't know what they were called, but I know what you're talking about because I ate so many of them. Those
No,
were really
they were
good.
not good.
They were bad, but I ate a lot of them. But those, oh man, I don't. What did I say?
No, actually, last night a bunch of us were talking about like the ice cream truck, and I could not think of for the life what you used to always get, but I feel like I would just get it because you would get it, and it was literally like that lemon lime like.
Do you want me to tell you what it was called?
What is it called?
Shots.
Shots.
So.
Everyone was like, give me that strawberry shortcake. And I was like trying so hard to think of what it was.
Nah.
Because it's like I would literally Bomb Pops, SpongeBob ice cream. There was like a Dora one.
The ice cream sandwich, the cookie sandwich. Those were good.
The cookie
Choco
sandwich.
Tacos.
The ones at the gumball at the bottom of the like triangle.
Though I don't know what those are called, but yeah.
I think
And that gum was always stale.
or something.
That gum was garbage. You bite into it and it's like a jawbreaker.
Almost literally a jawbreaker.
And it's fucking dust. I was gonna. I hit a ice cream. It wasn't an ice cream truck. It was a guy pushing an ice cream cart. We were just sitting there. We were hanging out. It was on my birthday when Marcella was there, and we stopped and we are like, "Oh man, it's super hot. Let's get it." Pulled the ice cream guy over. Guess how much it was?
In Chicago, like $10.
$5 for an ice cream, and at that point, he was already there, and we had already pulled out our wallets. So it was like,
Yeah, and you told them what you want.
yeah. So it's like we can't back out here. But like we looked, and we're like, holy shit, I'll never get ice cream here again.
He was like on a bike. Is that what you're saying?
He was on like one. He had like one of those push carts. It was like just a big ice chest with like the wheels.
Wheels.
And he's got the little bell that he's like flicking. Oh man, you've been to Chicago, right?
I went to Chicago in like 2nd grade. I think was the last.
Say, like you've been like once, but
went to the American Girl doll store, and that is the only thing I remember from Chicago.
well,
Besides the family. Besides the fam.
do you remember seeing them? Oh yeah. Because we stayed at Rosemary's house, or we
Yep.
stayed at
Armando.
Yeah, Armando. I haven't seen Armando since. But, well, when you come again, we'll actually go see some stuff.
He'll take me to go get ice cream on the street.
Yeah, I'll pay for it. Fucking A. $10. $10 for ice cream. And it was cash only. I mean, obviously, but like.
Okay, I like that. I mean, sometimes it's inconvenient, but I hate when places are only card now.
Yeah.
America Park, only card now. A
Right.
lot of vending machines, only card now. today.
I like the card for the vending machines because I'm not sitting there. I don't got change on me all the time, and it's like $1.50. They don't take fives. I only have a couple of ones on me. Yo, the worst thing about being out here is the quarters for laundry.
Parking.
No,
You cut out. What'd you say for parking?
for laundry. No. Parking is all through apps, all throughout the city. It's actually one.
Oh, like the park. Is it Park Chicago or like that?
Yeah, so there's one parking that's like, because there's Park Chicago and then there's like park in every major city. There's probably like a Park Detroit, whatever. But then there's like an overarching Park Mobile, whatever. So you can go through that one app and doesn't matter where you're at. But like I have both because like,
You're traveling.
yeah, be traveling. Damn. Well, that was
Yeah. The change for laundry, I hear all the time at Breland. We have like one roll of quarters, and people are like, "Can I buy a roll?" We're like, "No."
well. That's good. That's good to know because I was gonna come home and come to Vreeland for quarters, but now I'll just go straight to the bank. You can't go to any banks
You can't
here.
get them at the bank, and you can't. I tell people maybe try the car wash, and they said sometimes you get like coin wash coins, and I'm like,
Trash.
that sucks. But it's
Yo.
like people literally.
Going back to what you said, things that are gonna be obsolete. Chuck E. Cheese coins.
Chuck E. Cheese. I don't even know how they're still in business. I can't think of like anyone who said they were taking their kids there.
Do you remember
It's
Caesarland?
sad. You drive by it on Dick's, like the one in that.
And it's a ghost town.
Chuck E. Cheese. It looks like a ghost town.
Do you remember Caesarland?
Barely.
Okay.
Unlocking memories I barely have.
Caesarland was
I just feel
the shit. No, Caesarland was a piece of shit. Oh my gosh. I've
I
been
just feel like
twice.
everyone would say that they go there and get sick.
So that's what I was gonna say. I've been to Caesarland twice. One time was for a birthday party. Actually, both times were for a birthday party. But the second time I went, I remember climbing to the top, seeing some kid at the top of the slide, and he pulled his pants all the way down and peed down the slide. And I just remember being so.
That's your only way down.
No, I climbed right back down. I was like, I'm not going down that slide. And I remember walking up to mom or whoever we were there with and being like, I'm never coming to Caesarland again. And they're like, what happened? And I was like, I just saw some kid pee down a slide. You don't do that. Garbage.
I don't know why that made me think. You already said Chuck E. Cheese, but that like ride at Chuck E. Cheese, it's like a clock, and you like sit in the little seat and you like go all the way around. Do you remember that?
It's like a little Ferris wheel, but it's not. Yeah, you just
It's literally a little car seat.
you get 6 feet off the ground.
Stuck at the top for like 30 seconds, and you think you're stuck.
Chuck E. Cheese was
Or
wild.
that
Or the tubes up top.
it was that. Yeah, the tubes are scary, but it was that one for me, or the like roller coaster one that's supposed to be like a scary, like it's like a movie screen.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that was
It
early
is-
early VR tech. Oh man.
Yeah,
Have you
I
ever
would love to walk into a now and see what it's if they still got the same games, same rides.
I'm sure they'd actually I don't know. That would be a cool blast from the past.
Yeah,
And I remember their breadsticks being really good, but I heard
And the
something that Chuck E. Cheese
pizza on those like bumpy trays.
I heard something that they recycle their pizza. Like if somebody doesn't finish their pizza at a table, they take it back and just put it with
That's not real.
I don't know.
How would
I don't
they-
know. I just heard it. I hope it's not real. But you know,
Sick.
gross.
Sick to my stomach. Yeah, this is like. I just feel old talking about this.
It's weird. It's
Trying
super
to
weird.
explain all these things to someone one day, and they're like, "Huh? I have no clue what you're talking about."
Even Michael. Sometimes I'll say stuff to Michael and he'll be like, "What is that?" He's like, "You're old, man. You're getting
Mhm.
old." I was like, "Oh." What the fuck?
It's so. I'm trying to think of more things.
Nintendo DSs.
Oh, PictoChat on the
Oh,
DS.
we would be driving to Florida.
That was the best.
We all got a DS in our hand, PictoChat, and I'm scribbling the whole screen rainbow because that's the only thing I haven't.
That almost makes me want to like buy a DS again, because when I moved here, I had my 3DS, like my brand new 3DS, and Renee's like, "Why do you have that?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "I don't know, like that's my game system." And then I looked at it, I was like, I really don't even play it. So I sold it, but I was like, "Oh man, I wish I had my like original." What's wild is I got more money than how much they went for, because they're so rare now.
Oh.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I never played
I
it.
feel like that wasn't even that long ago. Did Michael have one too? Or you gave Michael yours or something?
Yeah, I had one, gave it
or
to
you
Michael.
bought him one?
No, I had one, gave mine to Michael, and then I bought the newer one.
Yes.
Yeah, but
that doesn't feel long ago at all.
It really wasn't. It was like 10 years ago. Ew. That's so wild to say something was 10 years ago and I wasn't like...
I know. What else I just saw the other day? This was gone for a little bit because of COVID, I think. And I just saw this in Walmart, that like Sandy horse, the penny horse. And they have this huge sign that says, "Welcome back, Sandy." And I was like, I haven't seen one of them in so long.
Oh, the penny horse.
Yes.
Oh, I never knew her name was Sandy. What?
I think that's what it said.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that one's definitely...
Welcome back, Sandy. It's like, I used to always see it, and then you just stop seeing it, and you forget that it's there. And then I just saw this huge sign, and I was like, they definitely took it away because of COVID.
Yeah, but damn. I didn't even know. And also, who has a penny on them? Who just, like, has pennies?
Oh, I feel like at the grocery store, you're getting all this change. And then the mom's throwing all the bags in the cart, the kid's hopping on the horse.
Damn. What a good first topic to come with. Things that are going to be obsolete.
Right down memory lane.
All right. Well, I think we should probably call it right here for episode 1, legit episode 1. And you cut out.
I said one and done.
One and done. And I gotta come with it next episode, because that was a good one to start off with.
Thank you. My first attempt at this.
Your first hosting duty. All right, so now you got 3 more.
3 more. That sounds...
That's really not even that bad when you think about it. And I was tooling around with this idea, and I was like, oh man, maybe we should just do it every other day. And then I was like, no, that's too much. But then twice a week feels...
Every other...
Yeah, and it is a lot. It's a lot. Because, I mean, I have to edit this. And, I mean, the edit's not going to take that long. It's just kind of matching the video and the audio. So it's not super complicated, but...
Adding our little sound effects.
Oh, the sound effects are already baked in. That's why I had to do it this way. And so it would have been so much easier if we were in the same room, because then you could hear everything and we could add more people. So hopefully sometime this month we can be in the same place and we can do this together, because everything, all of my podcasting stuff fits in this bag. So
I could see it.
So all right, I think this is a solid episode 1.
Episode 1. Thanks guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
All right, ready with the sign off music, and that's it. Peace.
That was good.